I thought tonight was just gonna be one of those nights where I just make the one video about manifestation and I fuck off for another couple months or years or whatever the case may be. But I do think that I have something to say about this Young Dawn video that I was watching a couple months ago. Um, this is gonna be like a meta reaction, a reaction of a reaction. Because I do resonate with what he's saying somewhat, but I have a different perspective on it because I'm not in those communities, especially with Young Don. He knows that he comes from Jamaica, so more so grew up in the African community and around those people. And then when he came to America, he sort of became a part of the African American. It's a complicated thing because for me, I was always in the Arabic American community, but I think we have similar issues in terms of you're forced to choose a side if you're mixed race, to where it's like, oh yeah, you have a white name, you look white, you're acting too white, like almost like if it's an insult, but that's sort of the case, at least in the Arabic community. If you're not Lebanese, like you're not to Lebanese people, you're Arabic, right? But to everybody else, because they're considered part of your community, the Iraqis, the Iranians, all those people, Palestinians, they're all like, they see you as Arabic, but purely just Arabic, unless you act white, which is kind of like how a lot of how I got categorized, obviously, because like nobody could tell I'm Arabic unless I like grow my beard out a lot more. So I just figured like when my friends have been talking about the black community, I think it would be pretty interesting to discuss about how they grow up, because they obviously African American communities and African communities, they themselves completely differently. Whereas Arabic American, yes, it's a very complex and diverse community, but for the most part, it's you're either Arabic or you're white. So or we'll have to, or at least in my experience. So I want to watch this video with you guys. It's a meta reaction. So we'll see. Uh, I want to know what you guys think about this. All right, let's see this. I normally don't skip ads like that, but we're probably only gonna watch the first 5 minutes, to be honest, and I'll not have the patience to watch the rest. So just be aware of that. She's by this a verified channel too. Holy shit! Wow, I had no idea.
Black woman says her sons will never date black girls in viral video. This video is going viral. Video by Riva TV. At first, I wasn't going to react to it, but I'm seeing a lot of people talking about it, so I guess it's going dummy viral. So let's check this out. What is this chick saying, man? We about to get some behavior.
I'm sorry, but my son will not be dating a black girl. He will not. The pure level of disgust that I saw in these black girls.
Aren't you a black woman? How you even gonna make a video like this? And you are black, lady.
That you independent queens are raising is purely disgusting and disturbing.
Oh, by the way, I think this is important to mention. I made a comment that people seem to really, really think was funny. I had no idea it was this funny, but I said first black Karen spotted, and I actually got a response from someone saying she's not lying. I'm from the Bay, fresh out of high school. These girls are exactly like that. Trust me, they are running the blade at 15, 16, 17. And fight at school every other day, and that Six Flags always be having shit popping off real. I'm in the East Coast, bro. I don't know, understand Six Flags things. My dad brought me to Disneyland and Universal a couple times. I had no idea. I liked it. Well, like he loved that place. But sounds true, but it ain't no moms out here that really give a fuck what they be doing. It's sad, ASL, especially in Oakland. Okay, I only know about Oakland County. I'm not from the West Coast, but yeah, they never consider that it might just be the area they're in. They might just be in a bad area where shit like that happens. Like I don't think it's a race thing necessarily, because there are, like, even again, my community, the Arabic community, there will be we typically have a structure to where people don't necessarily fall into lifestyles that are just not healthy for them, right? We typically have a support system there, typically, right? But no, there will be those like bad, the group of, I was talking to my friend about this. There are those bad Arabic kids, no judgment, but just they are considered bad. To most people. Like they do they do the things like they smoke weed. Again, that's bad for an Arab person, I guess. They smoke weed. They like get into trouble. They get into a lot of fights, stuff like that, right? They do drugs, stuff like that. So, um, yeah, like I think even in my communities, right? Even in the Arabic community, like even in places like Detroit, there are still Arabic kids that fall to that side. It's an intense environment. Like I don't think it's a race thing that people fall into those bad lifestyles. When I say bad, I mean just like it's not very good for them. Just saying. But I mean, I don't judge them for it. Again, like I said, I have sympathy for them. They're definitely being recruited as if they're like it's like the military. So it's again not necessarily their fault, but let's continue watching. I'll say more about this later.
Literally left early because my kids was looking like, what the hell is going on? And this is in the Bay Area, California. These girls all
Freaking headphone died. Okay. Hold on, guys. I don't edit this shit. Skip ahead. I really can't be asked to edit this shit, so.
of them
There you go.
unsupervised in packs, unsupervised.
PACS.
No supervision, just running amok in
As if not supervising your kids 24/7 or being a helicopter mom is a black thing. But kids keep going.
the theme park. Multiple fights break out. Multiple. And I'm
You
just
know what I've noticed about a lot of these videos where it's a black person getting on TikTok to complain something that black people were doing? 100% of the time,
I gotta watch more of her videos because she just seems like the black female Uncle Ruckus, bro. That sounds hilarious to me.
they provide zero evidence. You were there. You're clearly the kind of person that likes to pull out the camera
She definitely does seem like the micromanaging type, so the fact that she doesn't have a camera out is pretty crazy.
and get on TikTok and share. So, instinctually, would you not have had the thought, let me record some of this shit so that when I talk about it,
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code.
this can show people? But the reality is, it didn't happen. Probably didn't happen. Maybe there was like one argument between two people. She's saying there are hordes of black
Yes.
children at a theme park unsupervised. How do you know that?
Making it seem like I was about to say, you think that with how the scope of what she's saying, that they'd be easier to catch. You know what I mean?
Did you go and ask all the children if they're here by themselves?
Exactly. She went up to every single child and was like, "Hey, are you here by yourself? Are you here by yourself?"
Drop them off at the gate.
Like, I think if you did, or you were that dedicated, I think like you wouldn't be a helicopter mom. You'd be doing something incredibly more micromanaging. I can't name an example, but
Gate, and they could be sitting, just watching, just observing. Actually, they could be there supervising. But this whole story might be fabricated. We have no evidence, no proof. So why is it going viral? Because things don't really just go viral off of baseless by nobodies. This woman is a nobody. But it's because have
I wouldn't say she's a nobody, man. She's a verified channel. 200,000 people. Clearly, people are listening to what she's saying, whether it's just for shock value or whether they actually resonate with it. So
a black woman who looks like a real black woman, or at least a stereotypical.
yeah, you're right. She doesn't seem like the girl from Dear White People. Can't remember her name off the top of my head right now. But Rue's is it Rue? No, now I'm thinking of Euphoria. I think her name was Chloe or something. She's the like really, she wears her hair straight, maybe a little curl here and there. Her fashion sense is very European inspired. Things like that. Like she clearly blends in with that community. This one, it seems like she's comfortable almost being the like being labeled as black. So I don't think she has that much self-hatred in a sense.
Typical black woman, a black woman that is some degree, right? She don't look like this super whitewashed black woman, and she's bashing black women. Oh, doesn't the internet love that shit? All right.
Okay, the police had to start patrolling the park because these little couldn't keep their hands to themselves. One little about 12 years old talking about some, oh, Jeremy, his small anyway, don't want to meet.
You want me to?
At what point is this just conversations 14-year-old girls have amongst their friends that they have no idea what they're saying? They probably have no, again, bro, they're 14. They don't understand. They probably had never seen one before. Like, how are we supposed to use this as the prime example of how every single black woman in the Bay Area acts? Like, it's a very bad template in a sense. Like, it's a very, very specified, very, very condensed template in a sense. And I'm not even like a Martin Luther King black, freaking black, what do you call it? Like black activist, freaking Black Panther and shit. I just observe things, and I definitely do think that her observations are definitely very narrow, if that's a good way to describe it. Because I'm not gonna mention names, but I know someone personally. They live in California. They're black too. They say the most outlandish shit too. Like they do the same thing, and it's not even just a black thing, because I know a lot. I've not even necessarily around the internet. I know someone who's of a younger demographic, a younger white girl, and she does the same shit too. She's saying the most outlandish shit. She doesn't know what she's saying. She probably has a basic idea of what it is, but not able to truly grasp the concept. These are children, bro. They're gonna say things they don't get. Like, to you probably understand what that means, but to her, she's probably just saying, "Oh, someone else said it." Especially me too. I said things I didn't understand at 13 because someone else said it, and it's supposed to be the cool thing to say. As you know, bro, like shaming men for being virgins at 13, or like call it like jokes about fucking your boy's mom. Like that's a shit teenagers talk about, bro. Like I don't think that's too crazy in a sense.
To believe that. You want me to believe that a 12-year-old girl was going around loudly talking about how Jeremy's dick is small?
You're right. I do think that that's kind of preposterous that she's just like out loud talking to every single person she knows about this. Like, I don't think she knows what she's talking about. Let's be honest. She's just being a kid. Like,
how do you know how old she was, by the way? Did you ask her?
All right. Did she have to pull out an ID or something?
He was patrolling. Okay. None of this on camera. All right.
What do you mean it's small anyway? Girl, you are 12 to 13
exactly.
years old. And then
exactly. Why is this? Why is she being so? Why is this a black thing? Why isn't this just kids being stupid?
These other girls like, boo, boo, and these dudes are like, y'all are hella chopped. Y'all are hella. It wasn't even the black boys. It was the girls. The girls was fighting multiple fights. Parking lot shut down. And them little motherfuckers fighting. And then this white lady asked her not to talk like that. Her and her friends trying to fight the
See, this is how some anti-black people to thinking that they're not really anti-black, because they'll stand for or seem to be defending one portion of the black community. Guys like Anton Daniels, right?
Again, we were just saying Young Don is he started to side more with African Americans after he came from Jamaica, but I'm sure him coming from Jamaica, and especially me being Arabic, you're taught that like American or Western people are just like these crazy zoo animals that you just don't interact with. So I definitely commend him for being able to sort of sympathize with the other side of it. But yeah, no, I'll let him say what he's saying though.
A lot of black men might be deceived into thinking that he's not anti-black because he only attacks black women. He doesn't really attack black men. Although he does.
Actually, let's go on. I was going to do this after the video, but let's go on Reddit. Let's see if there's anything about about like just is it like true that like they have cliques, right? Like the African American clique and then the African clique. Um, because apparently you can't say African or African American in the same sentence, right? You have to be talking about one or the other typically. So, I think they're just tired of all being lumped together. Like, see, I had no. Again, I'm not black. I would know that if you called me an Arabic person or an Arabic American, like I would assume you mean the same thing, right? But he says here, Miss Tron, I think they're just tired of being lumped all together. A black American family who has been here 5 to 10 generations and lives in the city or suburbs just is a totally different culture and group than an immigrant from Africa who lives in an immigrant enclave somewhere. I'd be annoyed too if everyone just assumed I was a part of a giving group based solely on my skin color. Again, I don't understand the skin color thing because, again, I'm Arabic. So maybe it's because I am more fair skinned, but you don't see an Arabic person necessarily being offended by being called an Arab American. They're really only offended when you call them an American or like they're too white or too whitewashed. That's usually when they start to get defensive. But not just being called Arabic versus Arabic American. That's not a distinction there. But there is definitely a thing of they don't like being labeled as American sometimes. And I think that's just foreigners in general. Like, but let's go.
Usually black boys. That's who he likes to criticize. But black men, he knows that he got a lot of red pill, lonely black men that are
Not, yeah, I was going to say, not familiar with Anton Daniels too much, but it does seem like his content is definitely like clippable Kevin Samuels kind of thing, where it talks about a specific situation and is supposed to appeal to a certain demographic verbatim. And he knows that if he starts like calling out black men, that half his audience would dissipate. And I think I've actually seen my good one of my boys, his dad. He watches a lot of like the stuff on YouTube in regards to like black men dating spaces. Again, my only exposure to that was someone like Austin Dunham back in the day, and that's sort of why I had a whole red pill phase, which I am not proud of, and I heavily advise against if you can get out of that situation. Again, I'll be making a separate video on the whole like red pill space, and I do notice that like it's definitely in those spaces there's a systemic thing of the white guy in the red pill is mostly, it's a lot more, the problems are a lot more not necessarily shallow because they're deep to them, but and if we're looking at comparison wise beat for beat, he's concerned about, oh, he doesn't look good, girls don't like him because he doesn't look good, his hair is off, he's not tall, his wee wee's not big. So it's like stuff like that, whereas black men, they have like an extreme sort of view when it comes to the red pill. It's, I don't make enough money. If I don't make six figures, I'm not worthy of love. Stuff like that. And and it's just Western women are shit because they probably grew up with like immigrant parents too. All Western women are absolute dog shit. There's more likely to be passport bros. Being on your purpose is a lot more of a thing I notice in like the typical black red pill space, where it's they're like women aren't I'm gonna pretend like I don't desire women at all and just pursue like my goals and ambitions. And again, that's not, it's emotional suppression. I don't believe in that. I don't think that's healthy. But then again, obviously you can't force someone into, it's hard to show someone that, which is why I kind of want to make a separate video on it. But long story short, if he were to like sort of criticize those types of people, his audience would just dissipate, and then nobody would be watching his content, and none of it, because I'm sure Anton Daniels, right? I don't know the individual fella, but I do think that he's trying to say something that he believes is correct. It's just the way he views it has been curated by bitter individuals who are trying to sort of like exploit him in a sense. Again, it's all exploitative, not necessarily in a malicious way, but it is exploitative, and I'm going to make a video about it. it's just a complicated situation. And I know if Anton Daniels were to criticize that part of his fan base, his message wouldn't be, he wouldn't have a message at all. So he kind of has to be careful when it comes to that side of it. But anyways,
are really into his shit, so he don't attack.
Okay, I was just checking the time.
That's what this chick's doing, right? She's trying to throw you off of her anti-black scent.
Ladies, I'm like just no
Really?
self-respect, no home training, and I see white.
Wow,
and
really?
I see a lot of when I see the black boys with the white girls coupled up, looking cute. I seen the Mexican kids. I seen
Of course.
only ones.
Then she glorifies black dudes, black guys who are with women from other races. Yeah, this is.
Wow. Oh, so she is. I thought it was a thing that black men should be with black women, vice versa. I never thought that black dudes are praised for being with white chicks or like foreign chicks. This is fascinating to me.
Pathetic.
Interesting.
What is TubeBuddy? Let's break it down fast. TubeBuddy is used by over 14 million creators.
Acting a ass was the black girls, and I'm specifically saying black girls.
It just does sound like, hey, those rowdy kids over there in the corner, like no, it's like when everybody's rowdy in a classroom and they only call out the boys. This is what that sounds like.
No black boys acting the ass. It was the black. Oh, I bumped it.
Notice how it's the black girls too. Like she is specifically harping on the fact that these are the black women causing the problems. It's wild.
You are 16 years old. Calm down.
So that she 12, now she's 16. Okay.
She's obviously furious, right? And I can tell that.
I didn't know this was a reaction. I didn't know there was more to this, but obviously I don't want this to be a quadruple reaction, so we're kind of just gonna end it here. Again, I'm gonna make probably after this, maybe I'll schedule upload it for tomorrow, a video about her videos in particular, see if there's more content about her, or if this is just a one-off kind of video. We'll see, but definitely fascinating. I definitely want to know what you guys think about this kind of thing, and see you guys later.